Oh, wow. 10 of Pentacles. I think you know me. I think you know me by now. I think you know me. Think you know me by now. I think you know me. Think you know me by now. I think you know me. Think you know me by now. I think you know me. Think you know me by now. What did we get? Just fell out. Mother of Wands, Queen of Fire in reverse, and the Three of Swords. I'm not sure if it was in reverse or the other way around, but there we go. There it is. Coming straight out. And this is a love reading, guys. It's Venus Day. Happy Venus Day. Welcome to Bloom Healing Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. Awesome to have you here. You're looking fine. I'm feeling like it's time for a reading. So glad you could join. So we're doing a love reading. It's Venus Day. It's number 5. It's Friday. We've had a few energies come through. I hope you're doing really well. Hope you've had a good week. It's been an interesting week, has it not? I think for all of us, an interesting week. I'm going to introduce a couple of new decks tonight. And yeah, settle in, to kick off your shoes, take a deep breath, and let's enjoy. We do have the Sun of Wands. We had a lot of fire energy coming through in the last couple of readings, so it's nice to see there's some nice strong fire Wands energy coming through again. Definitely some Mother of Wands here, but she did come out in the reverse. Not a nice energy to see the Queen of Wands in reverse. Snake hiding a wand. We'll have to see how this kind of revolves or evolves in the journey of this reading. And like I say, we had the Three of Swords. Whether it was upright or reversed, it's not a nice energy to come through. But we also had Death. Always awesome to see this coming through for the transformation, the change that it brings. There's like 3 figures begging on the ground here, waiting for redemption. One that is already slain and forgotten. It doesn't look like Death is taking any prisoners tonight, I've got to say. It does seem like there's a willfulness, a determination in this Death energy. Transformation is coming in very strongly. Underneath that was the Victory card, the Six of Wands. So a lot of Wands energy actually appearing quite quickly. And underneath that, wow, we've now got the 8 of Pentacles working. What you're building on, what you're bringing into fashion is definitely coming now into the ethers, because you have the Magician underneath. So this is very powerful energy. What you're bringing into being, what you're manifesting right now is definitely spiritually led and guided from the true harness of all of the elements, definitely. 5 of Pentacles, sorry, 5 of Cups underneath that. We'll come back to that maybe. Let's just go to the other energies that were out here for us before. King of Forces. So beautiful purple coming through here. This is the crown chakra, opening us to wisdom. The kings of fire, that all of the kings embody that fire energy, that spiritual fire energy, opening us up to spirit. Well, what's really beautiful is there's a very feminine element and energy coming through this card, because first of all, the purple is illuminated through the moon. The moon is the one giving the light here. So there could be a sense of things being illuminated, or things that have been hidden are now coming into the light. But also the character, the masculine in the energy in this card, is surrounded by animals in nature, in the forest, by the lake or by the river. And that's a very harmonious earth energy. King of Forces is very much someone that has all of the elements in contraction, is what came through just then. I'm not quite sure how that resonates. Contraction's very Saturn energy. You know, boundaries, things being brought into the light. You know, this is on the top of the deck as I look down. And the Ace of Pentacles is underneath. 9 of Swords. We did have some pretty dark, toxic energy coming out at the beginning. So let's like cycle back to that, because I think we're on a story of cycles tonight. So yeah, the Magician, harnessing all of the energies, all of the elements, bringing them all into being. Hopefully doing so for the good of all and not for the good of the self. Because when we act, and we act outwardly, I just saw 922 on the clock, on my clock, here in London, England. Welcome to Bloom Healing Tarot. Thank you so much for joining. It's Venus Day. It's Friday. It is the 9th of July, 9/7 in the year of the 5. Very special year this year, the year of the 5. Definitely a year of transformation. And it is day 5 of the week because it is Venus Day. So I wish you a very beautiful Venus Day. I send you love from my heart to your heart. I hope that you receive it. Knocked myself off my own track there. What we were talking about was harnessing, embodying this energy when it's performed and intended in the right way, with the right intentions behind it. It is beautiful. It is divine. It is divinely led. But when it has this sort of energy surrounding it with, like, you know, where is that card gone? We had Mother of Wands, Queen of Wands in reverse, and we have the 3 of Swords, and we have the 9 of Swords, which springs to mind a very different type of King of Forces, and Magician type energy. Not what we wanted in a love reading tonight. Thanks, spirits. Hi, RB. Thank you for commenting. What's my sign? Wow, that's a big question. So my sun sign is Virgo, but I have Virgo in 4 placements. I am Virgo Sun, Virgo Saturn, Virgo Mercury, and Virgo North Node. I'm also a Taurus Moon, Aquarius Rising, Jupiter Leo, Venus, Mars, and Uranus in Scorpio. And that is just the beginnings of my tropical chart. We could go into my Vedic chart as well, which is super sexy, but we probably don't have time for that right now. But what's your sign, RB? You know, I've shared, you can share. So we did have some nice energies coming out. You know, we have the 8 of Pentacles, we have the 8 of Scrolls. The 8 of Scrolls from the Akashic Tarot, Paths Unknown. I mean, these are both 8 of Earth cards. Sometimes I get the scrolls and the pentagrams or pentacles mixed up, because the scrolls and the earth energies, or the air and the earth energies, are really similar in the Akashic Tarot, which I think makes a lot of sense, because air and earth is kind of where it comes together in the earthly material realm, in the 3D. It is our mental self, our projection mentally, visually, visualizationally, that manifests in the material world. The fire and the water, they perform a very different role. They perform that underbelly, the undercurrent of where it's all coming up from. In fact, it's coming up from the water, the feminine self coming up from the emotions, and the masculine self is coming down from the fire. The masculine, on one dimension, the masculine is up here in the fire. The feminine is down here in the water. But obviously we are feminine and masculine, balanced in the two hemispheres of the brain and in the two eyes. The chakras are completely balanced throughout the whole body. We are masculine on our right side. This is my right side body. And this is my left side body, is the feminine. Feminine, moon, past, recollection. Masculine, future, focused, accelerated thrust into the future. That's the masculine sun energy from the right hand side. However, in the brain, the hemispheres are switched. So we have the masculine left side brain now, the logical, sequential, pattern forming masculine brain, very important. But then we have the right side brain of the feminine, which is creative, free, abstract, and completely unbounded by the rules of the left, which is why all creation, all creativity comes through the feminine side. You need to have very much more masculine side for this 3D living, but the feminine side allows us to connect into the 5D living, the 5D, the 4D, the 12D, any D that you want to be in, any D you want to be on. It's all about your perspective and all about your alignment and your allowance, because you have to allow the feminine in. If I'm talking to any of my masculines out here, you have to learn to respect the feminine part of you and sides of you, and allow that to come through. And just like for my feminines, it's really important to step into that power, that solar plexus chakra energy of our more dynamic, our more opinionated, forthright, strong side, that restless native lioness inside of you that would protect her friends, her family, her children over anything, you know. Okay, so tangent guys, welcome, happy Friday. Where were we? Why don't we take some more cards? Well, actually, before we go there, we did have kind of a snaky magician. Ooh. So we've got the 7 of Swords, more spiky energy coming through, with this kind of wolf surrounded by a serpent here. 7 of Swords with the 8 of Discs, which has also come out in the other deck. This is the 8 of Discs. And now underneath that is the 9 of Discs. Oh my gosh. And underneath that is another 7 and another wolf. So we now have 2 wolves. And we have 7, 7, 8, 9. There's an ending coming. There's an ending definitely coming. We're heading for the 10. We're heading for the end of the cycle. And we actually have a 10 of Pentacles in reverse, which is pretty interesting when you consider all of the other cards, or perhaps not so interesting when you consider all of the other cards, because there's another 7. Wow. The last reading was all about the 7s, and now they're still, of course they're coming in strong. You know, we're on the day 5. We're on day Venus. All of the planets are talking to us all right now, and they're trying to wake us up to our divinity and our purpose and our understanding of what's going on. And there's this sense of people just don't want to see other people's abundance coming in. Roger. I'm not over and out. I'm just talking to Roger Moore. I've got my idol up here on the board. My 007. The divine physician. Maybe I'm the divine physician for you guys tonight, bringing a little bit of healing through. This was going to be a love reading, but it looks like there's a lot of toxic stuff in the collective, which is pretty sad on a Friday night, right? You know, going into the weekend, it's summertime. We're about to be 9:33 on that clock. But we've got some pretty difficult energies. But as I say that, we've got the 5 of Cups and we had death. And death is the king of the 5s in the major arcana, okay? So I just cannot stop. These eyes are just staring at me from the table. Definitely people looking at me right now. Definitely people looking at me, whether they're looking at me through this video or looking at me through the veil, looking at me through the 3D, 5D. That's about as high as you go, by the way. Why? Do you even know why? Could you even answer that question? If you were a really good coach to yourself, could you answer that question as to why you're doing the things you're doing? Why you... Wow. 777. I mean, like I say, like Spirit is saying, like Spirit is saying, we're revolving from 77789 into the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. That doesn't seem like the most fun journey, if you ask me. You know, we've got 5 of Cups. A lot of loss. A lot of loss is coming through after all of these swords, all of this heartbreak, all of this stabbing energy in the 5D, in the 4D. Coming to people in their sleep, coming to people in their dreams. You know, I know that people want to see my palm. I know that people are trying to like check my palm, my hands in my sleep, in my astral. You know what? You already know my destiny. So why are you even checking? Why do you need corroboration? You know, it's just, you're just a meat suit creating this. You're the one creating this every night for yourself. Do you realize that you are the only one perpetuating this story? And because you're perpetuating it, it is coming through as real in your life. What you feel becomes real. I think we heard that somewhere, right? Have you not heard of karma? Have you not understood that what you set on other people comes back to you tenfold? Maybe even 20-fold, Spirit is saying. You don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know what you're playing with. And yet, I feel sorry for you. I really do. You know, I try and go live and I can just feel your energies. Some people are so lost on the journey. Where do you think this is going to go? How do you think this is going to end? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, collective. This is suddenly like turned into like a funny, you know, word from spirit. But that's what it is. And that's what's coming through right now. You know, even Arby decided he didn't want to speak or she didn't want to speak anymore. Something stopped her from speaking. I feel, I don't know. I don't know if it's a femme or a masculine, but you are welcome. All of you are welcome. But, you know, all negative entities, negative energies, negative people, negative vibers, I hope you know that all energy that is negative, that is tried to be sent to me, is bounced straight back off because there are mirrors all around me. I am a hall of mirrors. I am the Queen of Cups. I am your green goddess. I am a Lemurian mermaid. There's no games in the water that you can't play. I'll always find you. I'll always see through the bullshit, see through the games. And for anyone out there, I've just seen 2222, baby. You all know 22 is my number. You always did. You always did. I think some of you even knew who I was. I bet you're regretting those decisions now. Trust your intuition. Some people, oh my God, I got the biggest download today. I got a download that some people have got their fear voice in their head confused with their fucking intuition. I'm not joking. And you know what? That resonated so strongly. So strongly. Some people, they've actually got it twisted and they're thinking that the voice of fear is their intuition telling them what to do. And they're ignoring the real intuition, thinking it's the fear voice. And I had to sit with that for a bit because I was like, oh my God, that's so true. That's what a lot of people are fucking with right now. They've actually lost their grip on reality. And I know it's hard to hold a thread on all the different dimensions right now, but come on. You can at least hold on to the 3D, right? And some people that preach about being awakened, awake, not woke, thank you, awake, actually teaching this stuff, and yet in their own mind and world, they're confused between the fear and your intuition. And I actually had to stop and do a little prayer for people, because I realized that that's what's going on for a lot of people. They're so lost. So lost. And I'm not even going to try and like help you back onto the path, because fuck knows where you are. But actually, I will say this. If you're that unsure of what is actually going on, and you can't tell the difference between what is fear and what is intuition, then at the very least, go back, analyze what you've been through in the last 3, 6, 9 months, 12 months to a whole year, and actually just do the opposite of everything you've been doing. And you might find that your life goes in a different direction, because that's the best advice I can give you, is turn around and go the other way, because you're going in the wrong direction. And you know that direction isn't going to lead you anywhere. Well, what am I saying? Yeah, it's going to lead you somewhere. It won't be nice. It's not going to be fun. But it's also going to be a hell of your own making. And it seems like you've done pretty good up to now in weaving that particular theatre production. So, wow. Spirit, fix it. Oh my God. I'm channeling Tamika now. Which brings me to a lovely little thing that I've designed. I just want to, like, you know, I'm the Hero's Journey goddess. I'm out here writing the Hero's Journey course and book for you, because I want to bring all of this beautiful healing and guidance for you guys too. Just some little nuggets that I've learned along the way in my experience, in my life, in my journey, my research specifically over the last 5 years. And I'm going to bring that out for you guys. And as I've been reflecting on my real hero's journey, I just have to give it up. I just have to give some props to all of the amazing spirit guides that I have here out on YouTube. Specifically my tarot readers. There's a lot of channelers as well, tarot readers, oracle readers, guides, just people walking in their light, people putting out their word, putting out their message, putting out spirit's word that's coming through them as well, like bravely stepping forward into that. And I just want to say, brothers and sisters, mostly my sisters, but there's a lot of brothers out here too, and I respect you all from the bottom of my heart. And so I've made a little deck of my hero tarot readers of Instagram, of YouTube. This is a YouTube special, YouTube of 2020 to 2021, but it kind of goes back further than that. And I love the Earth Angel. Earth Angel is on the bottom. Earth Angel Tarot. Patricia, what a absolute goddess. I resonate with her very strongly, being a 4 times Virgo, a Taurus moon, and an Earth Angel through and through. Your green goddess. But let's see who other gods and goddesses of the tarot reader fam I've got to show you. So, woo. Okay, we've got Ruby Reads Tarot. So basically, guys, I'm saying these wonderful spirits have helped me so much on my journey. I call down guidance and love and wisdom from all of my ascended masters, Gaia, Grandfather Sky, Grandmother Earth, all of my ancestors. But I've got to tell you for for absolute 100, the people, the spirits that have been putting themselves out there, contending with spirit every day to bring out these messages to allow this awakening to happen, I want to give you some love, because you have helped me, believe me, like you would never understand. So this is my love back to you. So Ruby reads tarot. Beautiful lady. Ruby reads tarot. We've got consciousness evolution journey. This is D. Consciousness evolution journey. Thank you so much. Deborah Claire, channel guidance. I love you, Debs. Another awesome English lady like myself, living in Nice. She's a star. She's very, very cool. Queen of Wands. Yeah. Pat. Awesome. Queen of Wands. Divinely guided tarot. I love this lady so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for being you, for daring to be you. So many divine feminines out here in the collective just doing it for themselves. And it's not about like F the world, F everyone else, F men. It's not about that. It's about people just trying to pull this beautiful collective into one, because we are one. We are all doing this together, and there are so many people that are just trying to drag this down into the darkness. Like, how long do you want us to be in the dark ages? Like, why don't you check your history? Why don't you check what's going on? Because, you know, we don't need the spikers. We don't need the gold diggers. All of you are going to just get left in the dust, because that's not the focus. It's not about money. Yeah, we're all out here doing our purpose and earning our bank, but that's not the focus. The focus is about being here for people, being here for healing, being here for the collective, being here for others, realizing that anything you have inside of you, anything you have inside of you is beautiful, and you should share it. And everything you're, all our spirits really coming through. Oh la la. Anything that you're holding in and just keeping down and keeping in and not sharing with anyone, you're creating some kind of weird Mr. Manhattan thing that not only are you not absorbing the light and love that's around you, you're reflecting away anything that tries to come towards you. So, you know, I'm just feeling like there's some gratitude to be had. Let's just feel some gratitude in the collective and recognize what we have to offer that has nothing to do with money and status and even where we've come from. We are really only judged on the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the dark. Sorry, not in the dark, but like in private, when no one's watching. Not what's on Instagram, not what's on YouTube, not what's on Facebook or Bookface, not what's in front of other people, but what you do in front of yourself when you think no one's watching is the most divine stuff ever. And if you can start to reprogram that time when it's just you and spirit, and you can start to reprogram that time to be divine, blissful, pampering, self-love, doesn't have to be religious. I'm not talking about being religious, but I'm talking about connecting with your inner spirit, your soul. You know, that beautiful tree of life inside you that spirit moves through every time you breathe. You know, the way the trees take in our oxygen. Sorry, my bad. The trees and the plants, they take in our carbon dioxide, which we breathe out. And the trees produce oxygen, which we breathe in. That symbiotic relationship is actually a beautiful reflection of our bodies. We are a tree. We are just like the tree in nature. We are the tree of life. The Kabbalah had it right. So how you nurture your own tree is going to be the resonance of the beautiful apples that are born and grown on your tree, on your branches. So what are you instilling in those apples? What are you putting in the seed? What are you ensuring and enduring for the generations to come? What trees are you planting that you may never sit under, but generations to come will sit under the shade of your tree and feel comforted and feel peace and feel wisdom falling down like the apple, just like Isaac Newton, our forefather of science, a great esoteric master who understood all of this stuff. And he planted trees that he knew he would never sit under. But look what it did to our understanding of gravity, which we've known almost zero about since Isaac Newton discovered that. We've actually known pretty fucking little about gravity until now. Now we're starting to understand how to play with it. And that was always our biggest challenge. We could describe it, we could talk about it in physical science, but we couldn't talk about how to manifest it and recreate it. But we've started to do it, and we're going to be seeing anti-gravity vehicles coming out. It's going to be the fifth element all over this bitch very soon. Like, I'm not joking. 10 years. All right, less. Spirit's saying less. So, you know, let's get fifth element up in here. Let's remember who we are. Let's remember our roots and our history, our real history. And if you don't know your real history, it's time to go back to your books, because there's a lot out there, people. And it's not on Facebook. It's not on Facebook. I didn't expect to do a word for you tonight, but it feels like that's where we are. That's where we went. Thank you so much for listening. I love you. Happy Venus Day. Happy Love Day. There is always love around. It wasn't in this reading necessarily, or at least in the early part, there was definitely some love. Let's just give those lovely people another shout out, shall we? Those awesome spirit guides on my journey from my lovely new deck, my lovely tarot readers of YouTube 2020 to 2021. The stars tonight were Queen of Wands, Divinely Guided Tarot, Pat, awesome lady. Check her out on YouTube. Deborah Clare, Channeled Guidance. I've written out the full name so you can find these people on YouTube, okay? Check them out. Find these people because they may have word for your journey. I've gotten a lot of extras from these ladies and these guys. No guys coming out yet, but maybe in the next reading, yeah? Consciousness Evolution Journey with Dee. Thank you. And Ruby Reads Tarot. I'm sending you my love, my light, my healing from Bloom Healing Tarot. It's 9:55 in London, in England. I think that's time for sayonara. You're the magician and you're creating abundance. All of us have this within us, inside us, around us, and we can have it if we believe it. So believe in yourself. You're amazing. I think so. And you know so. Take care. Namaste.